Hi, it's Jason from Persimmon Tree, and we're going to do burgers tonight. Everybody's been asking how to use our spices, so we're going to talk about the best burger spice. We've taken 2 pounds of burger. This is 80-20. So when you go to the butcher, you want to say you want 80% meat and 20% fat. That gives you a real juicy burger without it being, shriveling up into nothing. And once you get that, and we'd like to go to the local Amish place. It's down in Odin, Indiana, at the Locker plant. Fresh beef, but wherever's local for you. And then once you take that beef, we're taking 2 pounds of ground beef, and we made a patty, a 1/3 pound, and then we're taking my thumb and I'm putting a dent in the middle of it. And we've already preheated the grill. All right, so our grill's all preheated. All the instructions are in the notes here, and you can print off the purchase list. You can links to our website so you can get the spices for yourself, you've got all the other amenities listed in the notes here. We even give you some suggested sides like Hasselback potatoes and crock-pot green beans. So we're going to take these patties and we're going to put them right on the grill. The grill's been heated up to about 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice and hot. That's going to, you see how that's smoking there? That's going to give us a good char on them. Make sure you've got that dent in each one of them. When you're making the patties, don't overpack them. You don't want to like squeeze them down until they're nothing. You want to make sure they're just loosely packed. Don't use your hands more than you have to on them, and make sure they're good and thick. You don't want to use those frozen patties, because those frozen patties are going to be super thin, and they're going to cook up too quick, too dry, and not going to be real flavorful. So now we've got them on the grill, and you can see them right there. The next thing that we like to do is to take a little bit of our Worcestershire. And Worcestershire is a very complex flavor. Comes from England. We really like the Worcestershire from the bourbon barrel aging, because it picks up those flavor notes from the bourbon barrel. So we're going to put some of that on there. Just about a teaspoon on each. Once you've got that on there, you're going to take your best burger seasoning, available from Persimmon Tree Health Foods and Gifts. And I just take with my fingers, and I get in there and put about a teaspoon on each one, just to top dress it. Now, this best burger seasoning is a pretty complex flavor too. It's got all the salt in it that you need, so you don't have to add any additional salt. This is the secret to a really good, flavorful burger. And so we're going to close this up, shut this down, and then you're going to want to cook it for about 5 minutes or so. After it cooks for about 5 minutes, we're going to flip it, and then we're going to cook it for another about 5 minutes or so on the other side. If you're using a frozen patty, your timing is going to be a little bit less than that, because they're very thin. That thin patty allows the heat to go through it really quickly. So let's watch this cook, and we'll move on to the next part. Now, while it's cooking, what I like to do is to prep the rest of it. Onions, I like to slice those thin, get some pickle chips. I also want to take some butter and put it onto the buns, because we're gonna dress those up as well. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so we've taken the buns, and we put a little bit of butter on them. We're warming them up on that upper level of the grill, and then we're gonna pull those off, and we're gonna spread that butter out a little bit, and then we take a little bit of the garlic salts and parsley, and and just sprinkle a little bit on there. And save that off to the side, because that's going to make that bun really pop and taste great. But you're just heating it up, warming that butter up, putting a little bit of the garlic salt with parsley. So the parsley adds a really nice look to it. Has a little splash of green. The garlic and the salt really bring out the flavor of the bread. Okay, so it's about time to turn those burgers. And what you're going to notice is around the edges, it's going to get a little bit brownish, like it's done, right along the outside and on the edges. So we're just going to flip those over. And you want to make sure and use a good spatula. I like one that's smooth, because then you don't get anything caught on it. Now, once it's flipped over, you're going to take your Worcestershire, preferably the bourbon barrel aged Worcestershire, and put that on there. Just a sprinkle on each, you know, like about a half teaspoon or so. And then we're going back to that best burger seasoning from Persimmon Tree Health Foods, and just take a pinch and put it on each one. Sprinkle it over. Don't just drop it all in one area, just run it around. It's okay if you spill a little off the edge. And that's going to give it that really good flavor. Some good salt on there as well. A little bit of sugar in that is to kind of bring out the sweetness. And then we're going to cook that for 5 minutes. Don't open it. Don't even look at them. Just let it cook for 5 minutes. You'll be surprised. Okay, so it's time to take those burgers off. And 5 minutes, we didn't touch them. We didn't even open it and look at them. So we're going to take them off now. Take a look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful burger. We're going to put that on this bun. Just like that. And then we're taking a few rings of onion that we cut while we were waiting. And we're taking a few pickles. I like mustard on mine. Don't cover it up with a lot of sauces. A little mustard, a little ketchup, a little mayonnaise, whatever. And there you go. That's the best burger you're ever going to have. Persimmon Tree Health Foods. The notes are in the down below. And you've got the shopping list. You've got the instructions. You've got suggestions for sides and links to all the seasonings so that you can do this burger for yourself. Really super easy. Have a great time. Love you. Take care. Bye.